Good evening, everybody. My name is Jon Osaki, and I will be one of your co-emcees here tonight. And I want to allow my co-MC to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Allison Yamamoto. I will also be co-MC with Jon tonight for this event.
So, are you ready to lift up your voices tonight? Are we ready to send a message to Washington, D.C.?
Oh, yeah!
So, some of you may have been here. It was not quite 2 years ago. We gathered on this plaza right after the presidential election in November of 2016. And we came together because many of us were very concerned about the rhetoric that was building in this country. Rhetoric of hate, rhetoric of blame, and we were concerned for what the future held. Well, since that time, the Supreme Court has upheld the travel ban in this country, which we all know is a dressed-up Muslim ban. And since that time, in this country, we have allowed children to be separated from their families. And we have allowed, and our president, and I say that loosely, our president has signed an executive order which allows the government to indefinitely confine migrant families in this country, in this United States of America, in 2018. So we have come back here today, on this day, and this day was chosen because, as many of you know, it is the eve of the 30th anniversary of the signing of the Civil Liberties Act. An act which, after 4 decades, finally, this country acknowledged the mistake it made during World War II in incarcerating Japanese Americans on the West Coast. And at that time, 30 years ago, the government finally acknowledged that it was in fact an act that was driven by hysteria, by racism, and by failed political leadership. Does that sound familiar to anybody? And so we have chosen this day to lift up our voices, to speak out, not just in this community, not in just this city or this state, but we want to send a message across this country that this is not what this country stands for. This is not the soul of this country. And we are here to send a message that we as a community stand in solidarity with those who are being persecuted today. So I want to turn it over to Allison to read a statement on behalf of the United for Compassion Consortium.
Thanks, Jon. So we're all gathered here today because the United for Compassion Consortium and the San Francisco Japantown community stands in solidarity with those now being targeted nationwide by the rhetoric of hatred, racial, and religious scapegoating. As a community, we cannot be silent while groups are targeted and demonized the same way that we once were. We stand in solidarity for equality, equity, and freedom. We stand for the human spirit. We stand here united for compassion.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Okay, so it is time now. We are going to get right into this. We want to hear from voices, from people throughout our community and beyond that have a message of compassion that we want to resonate both tonight and in the months to come.